Hey guys, welcome back to another JavaScript tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be explaining how to use the canvas effectively in JavaScript. So the canvas is really important. It's used for a lot of complex applications such as complex animations, 3D rendering, and even some other cool things which you'll see later. So this is just an overview video. It's not really a like exhaustive video, but yeah, I'm just going to be explaining the basics of a HTML canvas and how to use it properly. So on my right here I have this little script I made. It says it's part of a neural network repository, but originally I made it part of a 3D engine repository, and I've just imported it into this as well. Basically it's a canvas class, and it allows you to connect to canvas and then use it like you would in a regular JavaScript, like script. But what I like to do is, since the regular JavaScript canvas utilities, they're a bit hard to use, especially the coordinate system, I created this helper function, or this helper class, which has all of the regular things you'd want, but it also has some extra functions like the draw line function, and it also creates its own coordinate system using the grid of the Cartesian plane rather than the original JavaScript coordinate system, which is a bit weird. If you ever used it, you know what I mean. It also comes with a draw shape function, which allows you to put in some points and it will draw the shape. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to use canvas using this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take this and I'm just going to I'm actually just going to put it straight into this .js. I'm just going to paste that in, and then I'm just going to import this in just like that. .js. Next, I'm just going to create my own script. We'll just create that there. And yeah, that's all we really need to do. So let's open this up, canvas, and yeah. So first I'm going to want to do is create a canvas object. So let's go to the HTML, and if I just go to this, we can just create a canvas pretty easily, give an idea of canvas, and give it a style of 100% on height and width, so it fills up the whole screen. Why is there an error? Oh, right. Okay. And now what I can do is I can actually go to this and I can use the link canvas constructor. So I'm going to create my canvas object like so, and then I'm going to use the link canvas function, which you need to do. If I go down here, we should see a link canvas function. Where is it? I can't actually seem to find it. Where has it gone? Link canvas. Okay, yeah, there we go. It's inside the constructor. Sorry, I wrote this in TypeScript, so I haven't really seen a JavaScript compilation. But yeah, so here's the function. You can see what it actually does in the background is it just links it using the regular JavaScript things, and then it actually applies the device's DPI to it. So if your device is running a DPI of, let's say 3, which is what most MacBooks run, 3x, it's going to actually have to resize it to 3 times the regular size, so everything looks crystal clear. But yeah, we'll just use this function, pass in the ID, which we just called canvas, and now it's linked. So now what I can do is I can actually test this by drawing a point to the canvas. So let's go to the plot point function, and you can see it actually takes in an argument, which is a point, which is, I believe, it's just an array of the x and y. So let's put it at 0, 0, and we're also going to need the color, which I'll just make black. I think the label is optional, so I can leave that there. And let's see, was there any error? Oh, yes, there was. Okay, I think I know what I've done wrong. I need to defer this. Alright, yeah, there we go. We do have a point indeed. So that's all looking fine. It's a bit weird how put it at 0, 0, but it's over there. That's a little weird, but I shouldn't need to worry about that too much. Maybe it's an issue with the canvas. I mean, let me just check. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So the canvas is only taking up this much of the screen, which is weird. I can just change that by just using the view viewport instead, and let's create a style attribute and take all the margin away from the body. Okay, there we go. So now the point is in the center of the screen, which is what we like. So we've plotted a point. Now let's also plot a line just to show the capabilities. Canvas.drawLine, and I believe this function takes in 2 points, so we're gonna have, let's have -100, -100, and let's make it go to 100, -100. So a horizontal line, have it black again, and yeah, we have our line. Let me get rid of this red background color. And I can also change the thickness of this if I want to make it, let's say, 3 times regular thickness. That looks quite nice. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to test out the draw shape, but first I'm going to move all these upwards. So let's just move it up by 300 on the y-axis. So now all of these become whatever they were plus 300. That just moves them up, and now let's test the draw shape function. And yeah, I'm basically just demoing this canvas utility class which I've written. I'm going to send a link to this in the description below because I believe it actually just makes it so much easier to work with canvas. You can see all the lines in the background, like for example, to draw a line using this utility it's one line, but if you were to draw it in real life you'd have to do all of this, and then it's just a bit confusing. So yeah, that's why I believe it's always useful to be using utilities. Now let's use the draw shape. I believe it's an array of points, so I'm just going to open up an array like this. Before we actually add any points, let me add my color. I'll just make it black again. The outline, actually, let's make it red and black outline. And outline, okay, outline, let's give it a true, just realize it's a variable. I haven't actually used this in a while, but you know. So yeah, now we actually have this, and now let's start giving it some points. So the first point we can have -100, -100. Then let's have -100, 100. Oh, actually no, let's have 100, -100. Now let's have 100 minus 200, or -300 since we want to make it a square. And now let's make it -100 -300, just like that. Let's see what our thing looks like. And yeah, that looks pretty nice. I'm also going to move everything like so, just so it's a bit closer to our others. But yeah, that actually looks quite nice. And you can see all I've done here is use the functions which the Canvas utility provides. You can see how simple that really was to set up. So yeah, that was just a basic starter with Canvas. You might have noticed I'm doing a 3D rendering series, so I'm actually going to be, if I plan on making a 3D renderer, then I'll definitely be using this utility since it allows me to draw to the screen really easily without having to worry about all unnecessary things like the coordinate system in JavaScript. Just if you don't know what it is, I believe it starts from this corner, so the X goes in this direction like usual, but then the Y starts at 0 here, then comes down like this. So it's almost like you're in the second quartile, or the second quarter of a Cartesian plane, which is really weird, and I don't like working in it. So yeah, I'll leave a link to this down below, and this was how you use it. You can play around with it if you want, and if you want to see the TypeScript version, then let me know in the comments down below and I'll send a link to that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye!